Hey you guys, my name is Courtney Jay and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the very first video of 2025. Yay! So excited to shoot this video for you guys. This is actually January 1st. It's really early. I did enjoy my New Year's Eve, so I still have my hair done. And if you see little sparkles anywhere, don't worry, it's from my jumpsuit outfit. The glitter and the sparkles literally went everywhere, but it's fine. I was inspired to do this video. I was actually thinking about doing this video a day or two ago, but now I'm able to do it and I'm happy that I can make this my first 2025 video for you guys. So I pray that you guys enjoy it. If you didn't check out my recent videos, make sure you go check that out right now so you can stay up to date on my journey. And don't be afraid to share where you are in your journey. And please don't mind my voice. It was very warm outside and then it decided to get cold very fast and I may sound a little bit raspy, so please just bear with me. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about the power of choice. This being the start of a new year, I know some people do the whole New Year's resolutions thing. I personally don't. I've learned to just do what you can in every present moment, you know. But for the sake of entering a new year, let's be mindful of the choices that we make starting today, and let's really understand how powerful choices really are and how much power you have to choose how you want your life experience to go. So if anything that I have shared with you so far has resonated with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to stay tuned for the rest of the video. So the first thing that I want to ask all of you, which I also had to ask myself, is what does choice mean to you? Outside of what the Google definition is of choice, what does choice and choosing genuinely mean to you specifically? Depending on how you grew up, you either grew up in a household where you were able to make your own choices, or maybe you grew up in a household where you got in trouble for your choices. Maybe you lived in a household where you felt like you had no choice. You didn't have favor in any situation. You just had to deal with what was in front of you, deal with whatever treatment, and so on and so forth. So there's so many different ways for that question to be answered. Everybody's answer is not going to be the same. At some point, you realize that if you grew up knowing that you have a choice to choose what you want, what you don't want, who you don't want, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and you had support in making those choices, then that is beautiful. For those that didn't grow up like that, you may have grown up to be a people pleaser. You may have grown up to feel like you have to do things because of fear of missing out. You may be a pushover. And all of those categories are based off of a book that I've been reading actually, which I'm so happy I came across that book, found at Barnes & Nobles. It's called Fuck No. Every day that you open your eyes, you know it's another opportunity for you to do whatever you desire to do with your life, which equals to making choices and having a choice. And that's really important. You need to know what choice means to you. You need to know if you are confident in your choices or if you're not confident in your choices. And once you're able to realize that, then I think that you will be one step closer to living a life that you genuinely deserve and desire. One of the choices that I have made personally that I want to share is I've decided that I desire to be happy. I decided to make the choice of realizing that repeating the same patterns does not help me. I've made the choice to realize and embody that I'm only going to deal with, interact with, spare my energy with, and things like that, with things that I want to happen in my life. If I don't desire for a certain experience to happen, I'm not going to force myself to do something that I don't want to do. I'm not going to be super hard on myself. If somebody approaches me and I'm out in public, if I don't desire to entertain the person, I'm not gonna force myself to. If I know the type of lifestyle I desire for myself, if I know the type of people I want to engage with or have relationships with, or whatever the case may be, if I come across people that don't give me any signs of anything that I know that I desire, I choose to not engage with it. I choose to not indulge too much. I choose to let go of unhealthy attachments. I choose to let go of going against my boundaries, my standards, my values to be of service to other people. I choose to validate myself. I choose to be aware of other people, be of service to other people, and the list goes on of all the personal choices that I have made. You know what I mean? You should acknowledge the choices that you have made in your life already. You should acknowledge the choices of change that you've made in your life already. If you are just coming across this type of information, now is a perfect time to reflect on the choices you've made in your life and the choices you should make to change your life for the better. You can watch my 2 previous videos to get a glimpse into more of the choices I've made in my life, or the things I was open to sharing with you guys, which correlates to the choices I currently shared with you guys in this here video. The next thing that I want to acknowledge when it comes to choices is having to evaluate how your choices affect you daily. Don't want to spread toxic positivity. No matter what you're going through, whatever emotions you're going through, allow yourself to deal with them right then and there. Allow yourself however much time you need to get through whatever you need to get through. Just don't forget that you have the choice to choose how you want to go about that pain, that hurt. And I say that because, yes, our choices affect us daily, but if you need to sit in some emotions to really deal with your own stuff, choose to do that because it's going to help you in the long run than just avoiding how you feel and then something triggers you and then you end up spazzing. In that regard, take your time. But in other instances, if you are perfectly good mentally or partially, whatever the case may be, make the conscious choice every day to do something different. Make the conscious choice daily to do something creative if you're a creative. Do something productive. Relax if you need to relax. Like I've shared in my other video, make sure that all of your cups are filled and balanced. You know, not one overcoming the other unless it's really necessary. But, you know, choose to just do those different things. And baby steps. You don't want to force yourself to jump right into something super quickly and then you end up being inconsistent because you realize that it's just too much or whatever the case may be. I'm guilty of doing the same exact thing. I'll start doing something that I'm really into it and then I'll fall off. And then it's just every day you should tell yourself, I am looking forward to X, Y, and Z. And also making the daily choice to only entertain any and everything that is in full alignment with the life that you desire to live. I promise you have the choice every day to choose, is this someone that I want to entertain? Is this the type of dynamic I want to maintain? Is this the type of job I want to maintain? Are these the places I really want to go? Are these the people I really want to talk to? Is this where I really want to put my money towards? Am I doing this out of obligation? Like, is this how I want my life to go? Is this the kind of interaction I want to just have in my life. Like, once you realize that you have full control over what happens in your experience, the things outside of our control is one thing, but the things that are within our control, we can choose how that ish goes in full throttle every single day. Don't forget it. And I think that once you realize the power of your choices, you'll notice a change in your life. Even if you're by yourself and you're lonely on this path and on this journey, it's normal. A lot of us go through it. And remind yourself this, like I shared in my other video, the outcomes are going to be the same if you go against yourself. So you might as well make the choice to not go against yourself, and the outcome be you being by yourself, than you going against yourself and the outcome still being the same, you're still by yourself, you know? And then those choices you have to deal with if they affect you emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, sexually, and so on and so forth. When you make the conscious choice every day to do things differently in baby steps, you'll be able to notice that shift and that change in your life. And you'll start to notice that your life is only reflecting what you want in it, because you get to choose what you want in it. You get to choose what you see, you get to choose what you hear, you get to choose what you taste, you get to choose who you love on, you get to choose everything. So when you choose to do things for the better and you're consistent with it, you will start to see that change. And even the little things, the little interactions can be reflections of you simply just choosing to do something different or do something better, carry different energy, whatever the case may be. On this journey, you are also going to experience times where you are afraid of making the wrong choice. And a lot of that can stem from anxiety, which anxiety are just lies in your head. They're not true. They're just protecting you from something. And I read that in a book. So in a sense, it's like, yay, my body is, protecting me, trying to make sure I'm straight. But at the same time, it can definitely hold you back if you allow it for a certain while. And the only thing I can really say in regards to this is to choose to just not care about the outcome. At the end of the day, whatever choice you make is going to attract whatever it's supposed to attract. Literally just use your discernment when it comes to things. Trust your intuition. Let go of the fear of making the wrong choices. Let go of fear of making new choices. The choices you've been making so far, has it done anything for you beneficially? Was it just fulfilling you temporarily? If you keep doing the same things, it's like, how do you expect to receive different things if you keep doing the same things, So let go of those anxious thoughts in regards to doing the wrong thing. Subconsciously, you've kind of already been doing the wrong thing. But also, we don't got to look at it from that perspective. We all do things based on the level of our consciousness at the time. I say all that to say, allow yourself to basically tell yourself, I'm not going to be afraid of this choice and a decision, no matter how uncomfortable it is, no matter how I may not know the outcome. I'm going to go for it, because if I choose to do what I've been doing, the outcome is going to be the same. Another thing that I want to add to understanding the power of choice in your life is being able to recognize your emotions and how your emotions also affect the choices that you make. If you are in a very, very, very high emotional state, you don't want to make choices during that time. You want to calm yourself down first before you make any decisions. You want to meditate before you make any decisions. And that's if you're like mad, angry, sad, if you're feeling resentment, if you're feeling revengeful, like all of those things, if you act on those choices, yes, they may bring an opposite reaction that you may have anticipated. Be mindful of how your emotional state is when you are making certain decisions. If you are in a low energetic state, then you may make poor choices and continue cycles. But if you are in a high vibrational state and you're just living your life, you know, you're only going to attract yourself to things that are in alignment for you, and you're going to know it because of your discernment. Those choices will help you prosper and grow. So you don't ever want to get yourself caught up in making poor choices based on your temporary emotions. Last but not least, you guys have to be confident in the choices that you make. You have to trust yourself in being bold. You have to trust yourself in whatever career field you're in. You have to trust that you're strong. You have to trust that you can shift this whole planet if you wanted to. You can shift your spirit. One day you may be sad. One day you may be angry. One day you may be resentful. And then the next day you're like, you know what? I don't want to feel any of these things anymore. I don't want to hold a grudge. I'm letting this go. You could be having a disagreement. You can choose to step away. You can choose to look at things from all perspectives and honor yourself at the same time. When it comes to your career, you can be confident in your choice to show up. You could be confident in your choice of not wanting to do something. You should just always be confident in all of your choices, and it takes practice. If you have a hard time making choices that work best for you, then just start like really small when it comes to like little things. So with all of that being said, my lovelies, you are a powerful being. If you were not told about the power of choosing, I'm telling you now, everything in this planet was because of a choice that somebody made. If you choose to be prosperous, choose to do prosperous things. Think prosperously. If you choose to be wealthy, do wealthy things, go to wealthy places. If you choose to be a peaceful being that lives in the middle of nowhere, then align yourself with that lifestyle. Everything boils down to choice. And also with choice, also have patience. Have patience and just see how things shift on their own after you make the choices that you need to make for yourself. You don't want to neglect people in the process of doing this. Your real friends are going to know if you need space for yourself, if you're on this journey for, a reason. But when it comes to the choices that you make sure that you're just not neglecting people, and choose to let the people in your life know that you appreciate and care about them too. Make that a conscious choice, because you should always want to tell people that you appreciate and love them while they are here. And choosing to give off that energy is also very beneficial, because you'll be emitting love, operating off of love, and we are all loving beings in the core, and love is the highest frequency that we can operate off of. So you might as well choose to share it. You might as well choose to give it. And be patient with yourself as well, no matter where you are in your journey. But just know that you have the power to choose how your life goes in every detail. Outside of the things outside of your control, the only thing you can do in those instances is choose how you're going to get X, Y, and Z fixed, or how you're going to get to X, Y, and Z. Or if something's outside your control, you could choose how you want to feel about it. But in regards to the things that you are in control of, you choose how this story goes. You don't have to talk to that person. You can choose to try to talk to a different type of person. You don't have to go to that place. You can choose to go to a different place. You don't have to hinder yourself from doing something that brings you joy. You can step back from doing things that are distracting you from doing what's really in your purpose. And those are just a few examples of choices. If anything that I said in this video resonated with you, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I love you guys so much, and I am excited for us to be on this journey together when it comes to our choices, making better ones, and being able to reap the reward of doing better for ourselves, making better choices, and taking things day by day and understanding that we are in control of how our experience goes every single day based off what we choose to entertain, eat, see, hear, speak, etc. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that you can stay tuned for more videos from your favorite YouTuber, Courtney Jay. And until next time, my lovelies, I pray that you have an amazing night, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time you are watching this. Bye. So you just